Hari Om Tat Sat. This is part 3 of a 3-part daily practice series. The series is progressive, so before starting this session, you should watch the introduction, the science of daily practice, and part 1 and 2 of this series. Based on the science of yoga, the basic structure of a daily practice is made up of 2 parts, postures for the body and breath work for the mind. With postures, we perform a minimum of 5 yoga asanas to move the spine in 5 directions: forward, backward, sideways, a twist, and an inversion. In this way, the spinal column is manipulated into alignment, and the discs between the vertebrae are pumped with fluid, relieving any pressure on the nerve pathways of the central nervous system. This restores the power and function to all of the operating systems of the body, organs, glands, and hormones. We then move on to breath work. Through the breath, we balance the energy within the mind and thus the body, and we begin to control the energy within the mind. And lastly, we always end our practice by harnessing the energy that's been created during the practice and channeling it towards specific intentions that we want to create in our lives. It's a powerful practice called sankalpa, and sankalpa means focused energies of mind. In part 1 and 2 of this series, you have learned 10 yoga asanas, so 2 choices to move the spine in those 5 different directions, and you have learned 2 pranayama breathwork practices: samavriti, equal breath, and nadi shodhana, alternate nostril breathing with nasagra mudra. In this final session, you will learn an additional 5 postures, and we will introduce a very powerful yogic practice called Kumbhak, which is a yogic retention of air. We will introduce that to your pranayama practice. So, let us begin. As we step onto the mat, we step into the present moment, letting go of all that has happened in the past and all of the things we need to do in the future. At this moment, the only thing within the mind is I am doing my daily practice. Gently close the eyelids, take in a deep inhalation and become aware that you are breathing in. A slow exhalation and become aware that you are breathing out. Bring your awareness to the spinal column and let your awareness travel from the base slowly to the top. Become aware of all of the benefits that performing these postures has on the body and on the mind. Gently open the eyelids. Let's begin by opening the body with Tadasana, palm tree. The feet are hip distance apart. Let's interlace the fingers, turn the palms outward, hands on top of the head. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling up, opening up all the major joints in the body. Exhaling down. Inhaling up, opening the chest. Exhaling down. Inhaling up, trying to get a little taller with each round. Exhaling down, one more. Inhaling up. And exhaling down. Inhale the hands up, exhale down. You can perform up to 10 rounds. The first posture is a forward bend, Vayu Nishkasana, wind releasing pose. So the feet are a little more than hip distance apart. You'll come into a squat and place the hands on the insides of the feet, fingers under the soles, thumbs on top. The insides of the arms are pressing on the knees. As you inhale, you're going to slightly tilt the head and gaze upward. This is starting position. Now exhale, straightening the knees, raising the buttocks, head goes towards the knees. Hold. Inhale, bending the knees, slightly gazing upward. That is round one. Again, exhale, straightening the knees, raising the buttocks. Inhale, bending the knees, slightly gazing upward. One more. Exhale, straightening the knees, bringing the head towards the knees. Inhale, bending the knees and slightly gazing up. You can perform up to 10 rounds. For now, let's move the hands from under the feet and gently come into standing position. Posture 2 is a side bend, Triconasana, triangle. So the further the feet are apart, the deeper you will go into the stretch. So you should place them at least more than hip distance apart. We will begin with the right side. You turn the right foot towards the right. You're going to inhale the arms outward to shoulder level. Then you're going to exhale, bending the body towards the right from the waist while simultaneously bending the right knee. The right hand grabs onto the right foot. Arms are in alignment with one another. The left hand palm is facing outward. Hold. And inhale back to starting position. Exhale the hands down. Let's repeat on the left side. So this time we turn the left foot towards the left. Inhale the hands up to shoulder level. Exhale, bending towards the left from the waist, bending the left knee. Left hand grabs onto the left foot. Arms are in alignment with one another. Right palm is facing outward. Hold. And then let's inhale back to starting position. Exhale the hands down. You can perform up to 10 rounds. The next posture, the third, is a spinal twist, Meru Vakrasana, which means spinal twist pose. Let's sit onto the mat with the legs outstretched in front of us. Hands are on top of the knees. Let's take the right hand and bring it behind us slightly to the right of the right buttocks. Raise the right knee and place the foot over the left thigh. With the left arm, you're going to hug the right knee and then look over the right shoulder. Spinal twist. Can hold for as long as comfortable. For now, let's exhale, slowly coming back to starting position, bringing the leg down. repeating on the left side. So left hand goes behind and slightly to the left of the left buttocks. We're going to raise the left knee, place the left foot on the right side of the right thigh. With the right arm, we are going to hug the left knee and then gaze over the left shoulder. Spinal twist. You can hold for as long as comfortable. For now, let's slowly exhale back to starting position, bringing the leg down. The fourth posture is an inversion, Viparita Karani Asana, which means inverted pose. The preparation for it is the same as in Hala Asana, plow pose, which you learned in part 2 of this series. So let's come onto the back. Arms are close to the body, palms are facing downwards. You're going to inhale the legs up to vertical. Then you're going to press down on the arms, raising the buttocks and the spine, placing the hands on the back, but the thumbs are grabbing onto the hips. So the hands are supporting the back. The trunk is at a 45-degree angle. Then let's bring the feet back to vertical, to the final posture. Relax. In the beginning, you can hold this posture for up to 1 minute. Working your way up to 3 minutes. For now, let's gently lower the legs, place the palms onto the floor, and slowly roll the spine down and lower the legs to the floor. Move the neck towards the right and towards the left. The fifth posture is a backward bend, Matsyasana, fish pose. So, again, come onto the back. Arms close to the body, palms facing down. You're going to inhale and gently bend the spine backward, letting your arms support you, and then place the top of your head onto the floor. You can hold this for up to 3 minutes. For now, let's use the arms to support us and lift the head up and gently roll back down to the floor. Move the head towards the right and towards the left. So those were 5 yoga asanas to move the spine in 5 directions. And now we will finish with Shavasana, corpse pose. Lying on the back, Feet apart, hands away from the body, palms are facing upward. Shavasana allows us to reap the benefits of all the postures we just performed. At this moment, there is a free flow of energy within the central nervous system, restoring power and function to all of the operating systems of the body, organs, glands, and hormones. While the body is restoring itself, we're going to perform a rotation of consciousness where we let our awareness travel to different parts of the body. A rotation of consciousness induces a state of pratyahara, sense withdrawal, which activates the waves of the subconscious, which are the waves of our deep healing and spiritual experience. Bring your awareness to the entire right arm, from the tips of the fingers all the way up to the right shoulder. The entire right arm is relaxed. Bring your awareness to the entire right leg, from the right hip joint all the way down to the tips of the toes. The entire right leg is relaxed. Bring your awareness to the entire left arm, from the tips of the fingers all the way up to the left shoulder. The entire left arm is relaxed. Bring your awareness to the entire left leg, from the left hip girdle all the way down to the tips of the toes. The entire left leg is relaxed. Bring your awareness to the entire back of the body, from the heels to the buttocks to the back of the head. The entire back of the body is relaxed. Bring your awareness to the entire front of the body, from the forehead to the navel to the tips of the toes. The entire front of the body is relaxed. Now bring your awareness to the whole body which is lying on the floor. The whole body is relaxed. You can stay in Shavasana for some time, but for now, let's roll over onto the right side of the body. And when you're ready, gently come up into seated posture. And now we begin breath work, which will be done in 3 parts: breath awareness, then we will perform Nadi Shodhana, controlled alternate nostril breathing. Then we will introduce the yogic practice of Kumbhak, a retention of air, where we will hold the breath between the inhalation and exhalation. When we perform a Kumbhak, we are stopping nervous impulses to various parts of the body. When the breath is held, both hemispheres of the brain begin operating at the same time. This harmonizes the brainwave patterns. Furthermore, when you perform a Kumbhak, you produce a sine wave within the brain, which is otherwise only produced during deep states of meditation. So, let us begin. Come into a comfortable seated posture. The spine is straight. Close the hands in a mudra of your choice. I will join the tips of my index fingers to the tips of my thumb. The palms are facing upward. That is Chin Mudra. If they are downward, it is Yana Mudra. Gently close the eyelids. Bring your awareness to the breath at the entrance of the nostril. Notice that the breath is slightly cooler on the inhalation, slightly warmer on the exhalation, and try not to control the breath. Just witness the natural flow of the inhalation and exhalation at the nostrils. We are now going to perform controlled alternate nostril breathing using the yogic count of Om 3. So you will inhale Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, and you will exhale Om 1, Om 2, Om 3. Bring the right hand up to Nasagra Mudra. The middle and index finger gently press on the eyebrow center. Exhale. Close the right nostril with the thumb, and then inhale through the left nostril, Om 1, Om 2, Om 3. Close the left nostril, release the right. Exhale, Om 1, Om 2, Om 3. Inhale through the right nostril, Om 1, Om 2, Om 3. Close the right nostril, release the left. Exhale, Om 1, Om 2, Om 3. That is round 1. Let us continue. Inhaling through the left with the count of Om 3. Closing the left nostril, exhaling through the right. Inhaling through the right nostril. Closing the right nostril, exhaling through the left. Continue controlled alternate nostril breathing to the count of Om 3. Remember, if the right hand gets tired, you can take the left hand and support the right elbow. Complete one more round. Now we're going to introduce the Kumbhak, the retention of air, to the same count of Om 3. So you're going to inhale to the count of Om 3, retain the breath to the count of Om 3, and then exhale to the count of Om 3. Exhale, close the right nostril, and begin. Inhaling through the left nostril, Om 1, Om 2, Om 3. Close both nostrils, retain the breath. Om 1, Om 2, Om 3. Release the right nostril, exhale. Om 1, Om 2, Om 3. Inhale through the right nostril. Om 1, Om 2, Om 3. Close both nostrils, retain the breath. Om 1, Om 2, Om 3. Release the left nostril, exhale. Om 1, Om 2, Om 3. Continuing. Inhale. Om 1, Om 2, Om 3. Retain the breath, closing the nostrils. Om 1, Om 2, Om 3. Release the right exhale. Om 1, Om 2, Om 3. Inhaling through the right. Om 1, Om 2, Om 3. Retaining the breath, closing both nostrils. Om 1, Om 2, Om 3. Release the left exhale. Om 1, Om 2, Om 3. Continuing controlled alternate nostril breathing with a retention of air between the inhalation and exhalation. It should be smooth and easy, no strain. You can continue this practice for up to 10 minutes, but for now let's complete one more round. Release Nasagara Mudra. Place the hands on top of the knees. Stop controlled alternate nostril breathing, keeping the eyelids closed. I want you to bring your awareness to the eyebrow center. The yogis call this the Chittakash, the mind space. And I want you to prepare to state your personal sankalpa, your personal intention of what you want to manifest in your life, made into a simple sentence that has meaning to you. State your personal sankalpa within the Chittakash now 3 times. Bring the palms together at the heart, uniting the right and left hemispheres of the brain at the heart center, allowing the mind to rest within the space of the heart. Bow the head. Namaste. Gently open the eyelids. So you can introduce the practice of Kumbhak also to Samavriti, equal breath, which you learned in part 1 of this series. And just as in equal breath or in Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing, you can work to increase the duration of the inhalation, retention, and exhalation. So today we did an Om 3. You can expand that to an Om 4 when you can do that comfortably without strain. Move to an Om 5 working your way all the way up to an Om 10. So this completes our daily practice series where you have learned, based on the science of yoga, the basic structure of a daily practice, which is made of 2 parts, postures for the body and breath work for the mind. You have learned a total of 15 yoga asanas, postures. So you have 3 variations to move the spine in each of the 5 directions. Okay? Then you also learn Tadasana to begin with, to open the body up, and Shavasana to close the asana practice with. In Shavasana, you learned a very important practice called rotation of consciousness. Remember this sequence. You can use it at any time throughout the day to slow down the brain waves and induce a state of calm and relaxation. Then you learned breathing practices, pranayama practices. You started with breath awareness. You learned breath awareness at the stomach, at the chest, then at the nostril. You learned yogic counting. And then you learned samavriti, which is equal breath, and the pranayama practice of nadi shodhana, controlled alternate nostril breathing. Then we've introduced Kumbhak, which you can add to either of those practices, equal breath or nadi shodhana. Finally, you learn the very powerful practice of sankalpa, where we harness the energy that's been channeled in our practice and we focus it on intentions that we want to create in our life. At the end of your practice, you have access to a force in your mind. The subconscious waves are predominant. Surely you are in low alpha waves, if not theta waves, by the end of your yoga practice. So that's why you plant the seeds of your intention, because whatever seeds are planted within the subconscious surely will manifest in the conscious mind. That's how we manifest our intentions. You also learned the science behind all of these practices. So you were given the vidya. This is the realized wisdom of the ancient sages and yogis of India that they have given to us. And that will support you in your practice, because the intellect likes a little vidya, but always remember that the power is in the practice and doing it again and again and again, and having your own experience, which you will. You have the foundation now. You can go deeper into any aspect of the practice. There are thousands of asanas that you can explore, but always remember to just make sure that the spine is moved in those 5 different ways each practice. And then pranayamas. There's so many beautiful pranayamas to explore. Just remember the sequence: first postures, then pranayama. You could go deeper into mudras, beautiful mudras to explore, and bandhas, which are yogic locks that are combined with kumbhak, that retention of air. They're very powerful, but you can advance into these practices. Then you can go deeper into meditative practices. So in the yogic culture, it is said that we don't meditate. Meditation does us. We do the preparation of asana, of pranayama, and then you'll be able to just sit at the end of your pranayama and you will drift into meditation. And once you reach that state, you can start practicing mantras and yantras, geometric shapes of the subconscious mind, and go deeper into meditative practices. It's a beautiful journey, and surely just by this basic structure, it is the foundation of everything. You can practice it for the rest of your life. There's no need to do anything more, but according to your nature and what you like, you can go deeper. But the basic structure you have, and surely it will improve the quality of your body, of your health. It will improve the quality of your mind and your emotion. It will improve the quality of your experience in life and your relationships. Thank you for joining me on this journey and allowing me to share it with you. May your yoga practice and journey be blessed. Hari Om Tat Sat.